Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to use an iron. In this video, I'll be going over the basic steps for properly using an iron. Alright, so first and foremost, this is an iron. Now, I am demonstrating this with the iron off. It is not plugged in. That's why I feel comfortable touching it. But the moment that you plug your iron in, this is going to heat up. So you want to keep your hands far away from the metal part. You're basically going to control it with this part over here, with the handle. Now, also, before I show you how to actually operate it, you'll see that there's water inside of the iron. Now, there's going to be a spot similar to this where you can fill it up with water, and the water is used to keep everything nice and moist, because when you are heating something up, if you want to prevent wrinkles and stuff, you need that steam, you need that moisture to be present, and that will allow you to iron out the wrinkles. In some irons, like in another one that I have, there's like a lid, right? So this is one of the irons that I own, and I own another one that's a little bit newer that has a lid, but it's going to basically be something like this where it'll allow you to basically fill it up with water. Okay, so let's take a look at the controls. Now, yours might look slightly different, but it's essentially going to have three main controls, okay? So the first control is going to be right here. Now, this is a knob right here, okay? And on my other one, just for instance, it's a lot bigger, but that knob is going to have different symbols on it or different words on it that represent different materials. So as you can see, this essentially is determining the actual heat of the iron. So when you plug it in, it's going to turn on. Right here, there's an arrow and it's pointing towards minimum, okay? Min for minimum. So if that's the case, then obviously it's just going to be at the lowest heat setting. But as you turn it up, it's going to get warmer. And you can see this is labeled nylon right over here with that dot. That's nylon. And then this is labeled silk. This is labeled wool. This is labeled cotton. And then this is labeled max or linen, okay? So basically you can control the heat with this. That's what it comes down to. You want low heat, you go here. Medium heat is, somewhere in the middle, and then high heat would be all the way up, okay? Now you can pay attention to those words for whatever you're ironing. But once you've ironed many articles of clothing, you're just going to know, like, this requires medium heat. This requires medium high heat. This requires a little bit of a lower heat. So you can use these as a guideline as you're learning. But then once you've ironed many articles of clothing, you're going to kind of know what it is by itself, okay? Now, this right over here, this is actually the spray nozzle. So if you push this, okay, and like I said, in different irons, it might look a little bit different, but there's going to be a button that you can push that controls the spray. Now, you'll see right here on this iron, it's right over here. This will literally just spray out water. It'll just spray water when you push that down. That's useful for when you are ironing something and you need to wet it to keep it cool, or for whatever reason, if you want to get out some wrinkles. And the last thing is this over here, which this is going to be controlling the steam on this iron. So as you can see right here, this right here is the dial to control the steam. And you can see it goes from a little bit of steam to more steam as you turn it up, right? And it's pretty simple and straightforward. You just turn the dial to control it. And this would mean that it's off, the steamer is off. If you push it down and you control it higher, let's say I wanted to make it higher, this would be the highest steam level. I can make it the medium steam level or the lowest steam level. And then there's also an option over here for self-clean, but we're not going to go over that because that's very specific to this iron. I've never seen another iron have that option. But all that the steam controller is going to do is going to allow steam to come out of these little holes right over here, which, like I said, will help you to prevent wrinkles. Now, when you're actually using the iron, like I said, you plug it in, you control what you want with these three dials. What you're essentially going to do, and this will tell you that it's on most irons, there's going to be an indicator that lets you know that it's on. Very important. You're essentially going to be holding it, and on an ironing board, you want your clothing on an ironing board. And what you can also do is put a towel under your clothing. Some people like to do that, but you're going to essentially keep the iron moving. You don't want to ever leave the iron in one spot. That can be very bad for your clothing. It can really cause some permanent damage on the clothing. So you want to essentially keep the iron moving. So you're going to lift it up like this, go on the clothing, keep it moving. Go like this, move the clothing around to however you want it to be. Then you're going to go work another side like that. Okay, and you're going to keep the iron moving. Now, in this case, this video is mainly about how to use an iron, not how to iron clothes. But if you want me to, because I iron a lot of clothes, if you want me to make a video on ironing clothes and how to iron a variety of articles of clothing, different articles of clothing, just let me know as a comment below. And if I see, you know, a substantial amount of comments wanting it, then I'll definitely make it. But that's it. That is how to use an iron. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.